Can you believe we've got Woman's World right here, April 19th, 2021? It's so hard for me to believe that we are just about done with April. Feels like we just started it. And here, this one's already kicked up to April 19th. Anyway, let's start with fill your week with smiles. Y'all love these. Let's do the joke of the week. A terrific start. An avid golfer, Mary, couldn't help challenging her son to a game of golf. But she was in for quite a surprise when on the first swing he got a hole-in-one. Okay, said Mary. Now, I'll take my practice shot and then we will start. That sounds like my mother playing miniature golf. No joke. Okay, let's see here. April 17th through April 25th, it's National Park Week. They want you to hit the trails. During this week-long holiday that encourages us to visit a park, consider exploring one with trails. Spring is the perfect time to take a hike, according to the survey conducted by One Travel. The survey also reveals that what inspires hikers to hit the trail: spotting animals and plants, getting in shape and meeting with others. Looking for new trails? The All Trails app, which is free for Android and iPhone, features more than 100,000 trail maps, which you can search using a number of filters, while hikingproject.com features trail reviews, photos, tips, and other hikers. Photos and tips from other hikers. Okay, so we got to start with, where's the very first day? They always make me look for this. Sunday, April 18th. Now, here you go, people. Go fly a kite day. Catch the breeze. Take your happiness to new heights. Today, fly by flying a kite. We asked Michael Sherman, president of the Wisconsin Kiters Club, for his top tips. First, get the right gear. Look for a kite made of light, durable, rip-stop nylon, he advises. If properly cared for, it will last for years. Next, make sure you've got enough wind. Consistent winds between 7 and 15 miles per hour make for the best conditions, he says. And fly in an open space not blocked by buildings or trees, which cause turbulence and make it difficult for you to keep your kite in the air. Finally, to get your kite to soar, stand with your back to the wind and release your kite from your hand and gradually let the line out. Okay, so what's the next day? There's nothing on the 19th, so we go to the 20th. Now, here's another one that my niece, Mackenzie, is going to say this is right up her alley. It's National Cheddar Fries Day. Drizzle on the yum. When it comes to cheddar cheese fries, simple is best, says Robert Pesch, the corporate executive chef at the Cheddar Scratch Kitchen, a restaurant chain known for their cheese fries. All you need is cheese, fresh cooked fries, a great dipping sauce. He recommends buttermilk ranch and bacon. The secret to delicious is opt for a quote-unquote young or mild cheddar instead of an aged or sharp one, says Pesch. If you use cheese that's aged for a long time, you lose the creaminess that you want on the fries. Now on Wednesday, April 21st, I like this day, National Tea Day. Savor the spring flavor. Kick back and relax with a refreshing glass of iced tea. This recipe from the experts in the Woman's World Test Kitchen transforms the plain iced tea into a flavor-packed sip. To make berry-laced iced tea, brew 1 quart of tea using 4 tea bags. Sweeten with 1/4 cup of honey and chill. Just before serving, stir in 1 liter of chilled lemon-lime seltzer and 1 pint each of frozen half strawberries and frozen raspberries. Ladle the mixture into glasses and garnish with a lemon wedge, and it serves 8 people. Okay, on Saturday, April 24th, National Go Birding Day. Hear them sing. Feel at peace as you head outside on this holiday, which focuses on observing birds and their habitat. And simply hearing the birds sing can soothe the stress, according to a study conducted by National Trust Organization in the UK. When they ask 600 volunteers to listen to their bird song and other woodland sounds for that 1 minute, they reported feeling 30% more relaxed than they did while listening to a silence or a meditation app. Take it to the next level. To identify the birds you see or hear, download the Smart Bird app, ID app, which is free for Android and iPhone. Start your week with a laugh. They have this patient getting an operation done. There's 3 surgeons in there and 3 big lights. It says, during the operation, I had a true out-of-body experience, and I had to tell you, there's a lot of dust on top of these lights. Okay, how about a joke? Question. Why did the police officer go to the baseball game? Why did the police officer go to the baseball game? Answer, he heard that someone had stolen a base. I like that one. We've got a wife standing in front of a parked car with I think it's a wife, either that or a concerned citizen, with a gentleman that's got a leather jacket on, a chain around his neck, and no hair on top of his head, but a little bit of a hair on the side of his head, driving behind the car. It says, we'll be late. Ed got a primo parking space and he needs a little gloat time. Oh, that's kind of cute. Moving forward. Oh, you know how much I love the power of love stories. Each little box of joy has the power to heal so many hearts. And we're going to read these photo captions, and then I'll read the story to you. Spread the joy sends hospitalized children across the U.S. boxes of games, jokes, and crafts to make them happy during their stay. We find joy by giving joy to others, says Spread the Joy founder Shalani Samadi, shown at the top row center. Shalani and her volunteers pack up boxes each month. Hospital nurses help deliver them to the children. Each box is full of activities for the kids and their families to enjoy. That's wonderful. And I'll try not to cry. I know I cried last night, and my Benadryl really helped. When Shalani Samadi's daughter was diagnosed with a rare disease, her family's life was upended by countless hospital visits. But during one stay, Shalani realized happiness could be found in the little things and began boxing up joy for thousands of kids just like her daughter. Ready? Shalani Samadi asked, gazing down at her daughter. As a sweet child nodded, eyes wide with excitement, Shalani's heart swelled. She's so resilient, there we go, she mused, even after everything she's been through. Born with a rare immune disorder, Shalani's little girl had been in and out of the hospital countless times in her short life. But this latest stay was particularly heartbreaking, as it meant that she would be missing her Halloween at home. Thankfully, the doctor had come up with their own plan for the children spending the holiday in the care. And as the New Jersey family made their way to the hospital basement, they were overjoyed to find that each department had set up their own themed stalls where, instead of candy, they offered dollar store trinkets to each trick-or-treater. Moving from stall to stall, Shalani's daughter collected her goodies, and later she played with her slime and her bubbles in the bed. Her face shone with joy her mother hadn't seen in some time. In fact, Shalani realized that event had brought her entire family joy. And all it took was a few dollar store tokens. She reflected when suddenly a light bulb flickered to her life in her mind, and a sweet idea was born. The healing power of happy. As the family headed home from the hospital just before Christmas, Shalani couldn't take the thought that she had to figure out a way to create joy for those other children like her daughter. But how, she mused, as she and her husband lavished thought through the possibilities. Suddenly it came to her. What about joy boxes? She suggested we'll fill them with fun stuff for the kids to play with while they're in the hospital. With everyone in agreement, their family settled on a North Pole theme for their first joy box and set to work finding toys, arts and crafts, and riddles to fill them. In a few weeks, Shalani had 50 boxes to give out to kids at the hospital, complete with a certificate confirming that each child's good standing in the North Pole. And as feedback from the elated families poured in, Shalani created a Valentine's Day box for February, a Dr. Seuss Day version for March. It transformed our child's stay, one parent said, while the others shared the joy and laughter the boxes brought. Shalani knew that feeling well, and that she had to keep going to spread even more healing and joy. Spreading hope. As word spread to the hospitals across New Jersey, the Samadis started their own company, Open the Joy, to sell the boxes, and their own nonprofit, Spread the Joy Foundation, spreadthejoy.org, to use the proceeds of each sale to donate to a box to a hospitalized child. With doctors and experts helping to craft each box, manufacturers donating toys and games to fill them, and a growing body of volunteers packaging the goods, the Samadis have been able to deliver thousands of boxes to hospitals across the country. And they have no plans of stopping. Thank God for them. In fact, though fundraisers, their Facebook page Spread the Joy Foundation and Instagram at Spread the Joy Foundation and at Open the Joy, the Samadis have raised over $100,000 in the last year to bring boxes of joy to kids in the hospital. But Shalani's greatest triumph is that the boxes have not just given joy to the recipients, but encouraged them to spread the joy. In each joy box, children are given a joy mission to carry out, like writing a card to a person who cooks for them. But one 7-year-old at the Children's Hospital at St. Peter's University Hospital took her mission to a new level when she rang her call bell to ask for help giving away her Get Well Soon balloon to the patient next door. For Shalani, nothing could make her prouder. The best way to heal is by doing things to help others. She smiled. That's our mission, to not let what we can't do stop us from doing what we can. We've found a way to find joy and give it back to others too. And it's not about how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. And the author of that story was Alexandra Pollock. 3 ways to spread happiness. You want to give a thank you. Leave a bottle of water and a note of thanks out for the package delivery person. Or take brownies out to the sanitation workers, suggests Karen Eman, joy-spreading expert and author of Make Their Day. Your thanks is a sure way to brighten their day and instantly spread joy. 2. Celebrate the small things. The tiniest things can be worthy of a party, says Eman. It can be easy as making the intention to find something small to celebrate, like the fact that it's Tuesday or the fact it's sunny out. Then do something that makes you happy, like having a family dance party in the living room. Make your own box of joy. Choose a theme like a hug and a mug and fill a gift-wrapped shoebox with a dollar store mug, tea bags and a pair of socks, and then give it away. Eamon suggests, or try a thanks for the memories box. A box full of note cards with your favorite moments, sure to spark smiles. Ooh, that's wonderful. Okay, natural ways to feel great. Okay, to outsmart spring sleep sappers. I think sometimes they do these just to see if I can mess them up that bad. Okay. My pages are getting stuck together. There we go. Spring should be the time that you feel most refreshed. If you could only sleep through the night. Well, luckily experts say that simple tricks counter the season's most common snooze sappers, whether that allergy-triggered sniffles or the slumber-blocking aches and pains. The result, you're going to doze off fast, sleep all night, and wake up full of pep. To ease aches, add tunes to your shower. Warming your skin with a 10-minute steamy shower or bath before bed reduces muscle soreness by 40%. Plus, University of Texas scientists say it releases the sleep hormone melatonin, which helps folks nod off to 36% faster. That's better than even Ambien. The cherry on top, listening to relaxing music while you bathe. Australian scientists say it slows your breathing and lowers your heart rate to levels that mimic deep sleep. To soothe your allergies. Oh, we need that. Baby your brows. Now, if sniffles lead to tossing and turning, wash your lashes and brows with baby shampoo. Pollen can stick to the fine hairs, keeping you in close contact with a allergen all night. But NYU scientists say sudsing up with a gentle cleanser twice daily whisk away pollen before it works its way into your eyes, cutting sleep-robbing symptoms up to 90%. To turn off worries, well, that's a big one. Bring an orange to bed. Now listen to this. New research in the Biomedical Journal suggests that breathing an orange scent overnight works better than their prescription insomnia drugs at helping the body reach the deepest stage of sleep. Scientists say when inhaled, a citrus compound called limonene triggers the release of sleep-inducing brain waves and shuts off the brain's anxiety center. Just take 12 sniffs of an orange before placing it on your nightstand overnight. To nix distractions, create a mini blockade. Harvard scientists say even the small amount of light, like from an alarm clock, suppress melatonin levels by 71%. To dodge this issue, block your clock with a tissue box before bed. It'll be noticeably easier to fall asleep. The bonus, scientists say avoiding checking the time if you wake overnight helps you sleep longer and deeper. K.E. Klosnick. This week's radical tip in delicious ways to age in reverse. It may sound too good to be true, but adding rosemary to your meals can help you feel younger. Brimming with antioxidants, this herb has long been associated with memory improvement, and studies show that rosemary stimulates the brain, increasing alertness and focus within 5 minutes. Rosemary is also known for cutting production of the stress hormone cortisol by 23%, which boosts your mood and lowers your risk of heart disease. To get benefits, include 1 teaspoon of the earthy herb in the salad dressing, marinades, or soups daily, courtesy of Anne Louise Gittleman, PhD. To receive 3 free wellness guides, pre-order her new book, Radical Longevity, at radicallongevitybook.com. Now to make a honey orange ginger yogurt. Now orange's scent deepens your sleep better than a prescription. 1 orange, 1 tablespoon of orange blossom honey, 1 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger, 2 sprigs of fresh mint. You're going to cut skin and white pith from the orange. Cut between the membranes to release that segment and chop. Toss with honey. Now your second step. In a bowl, stir together your yogurt, vanilla, and ginger until combined. Divide your yogurt mixture between 2 6-ounce glasses, top with the orange mixture, and garnish with mint. Serves 2 people. We're going to go back, which is something I normally don't do, but I missed out this. They had a really nice, neat nail pattern that I've never seen before. Those who do your nails all the time probably know what I'm talking about. But every once in a while, they do these cute nail patterns in this book, and I like to share those things with you. It's called The Cute Cutout Nails in a Snap. It's easy with this tutorial from the YouTube channel Hannah Weir. You want white, pink, and sparkly rose gold polish like the Smart Nail Lacquer in white French, candy pink, and cool gold, $2 each at KikoCosmetics.com. That's K-I-K-O Cosmetics.com. You want nail tape like gold nail art tape, which is $1 at icing, ICING.com, and a clear top coat. You want to paint all nails with 2 coats of white polish. You're going to let that dry. Apply a piece of the nail tape across the top half of the nail, splitting it horizontally. Then paint the bottom half with 2 coats of pink polish. Remove the tape. Let it dry. Now the 4th step. Place 2 pieces of nail tape on each nail so that they form a skinny triangle in the middle of the nail. Paint each triangle with 2 coats of rose gold polish. Now the final step, remove the tape, let it dry, seal with your clear top coat. That was just pretty cool. I thought I had to share that with you. Okay, now back. That's why these pages were sticking together. Back to the natural ways to feel great. Help your hurting hands. See why I chose that moment to go back and pick up that nail thing? One moment. I have to blow my nose. Okay. Great news. After a fun day gardening or scrapbooking, you don't need a prescription to soothe your sore hands and wrists. These fixes are going to work even better. The best topical and olive oil massage. Turns out an olive oil rub is more effective than the topical NSAIDs. A study in the Journal of Clinical Rheumatology found that the NSAIDs only reduces inflammation, but the olive oil phenols, I tell you, they come up with these names just to see me fumble over them, ease inflammation plus prevent cartilage destruction and improve joint lubrication, notes Michelle Sofro Cook, the PhD, the DNM author of the upcoming Pain Erasers, the Complete Natural Medicine Guide to Safe Drug-Free Relief. Here's a tip. Try a massage technique scientists say cuts carpal tunnel pain by 73%. Find a free Madacini hand massage tutorial on YouTube, and Madacini is M-A-D like David, E-N like Nancy, C like Charlie, and I like ice. Okay, best exercise is the table wave. Harvard researchers have reported by moving your wrists from side to side, you can literally wave away uncomfortable hand and wrist stiffness triggered by the repetitive activities like knitting or planting flowers. Why it works? Flexing the wrist while keeping your arm stationary acts like a pump that lubricates your tendons in the hands, responsible for discomfort, reducing pain in as little as 60 seconds. To do, rest your forearm on a table with your wrist hanging over the edge and your thumb pointed upward. Keeping your arm on the table, move your hand straight up and down for 10 times, repeating once an hour when you're feeling sore. The best food cure is an iced spiced latte. Sipping a quote-unquote golden milk latte squashes pain better than the prescription NSAIDs. A study out of India found its curcumin blocks the body's release of pain-triggering enzymes. Simply pour 1/2 cup of coconut milk over ice. Stir in 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Sweeten it with honey. Here's a tip. Here's a tip. Pinch of black pepper ups the curcumin's potency by 2,000%. K.E. Klusenik is the author. Happy Keys to a Strong Heart. Your joyful outlook is good for your heart. That's the word from the Georgetown University scientists who say that your hormones your brain releases when you're cheery also strengthen your arteries, cutting your heart disease risk by 50%. More good news. These spirit boosting strategies help you shake off the stress of the last few months too. And we're going to read the little pink box here before we start in on Happy Keys to a Stronger Heart. The Coupon Cure. Finding a coupon ups your brain production of happiness hormone, oxytocin, by 38% for up to 2 hours. And the University of Miami scientists say that the feeling of calm that saving money provides cuts heart disease by 25%. Breathe a la Oprah. While you're on your porch swing, borrow a tip from Oprah's stress-busting playbook and take a few deep breaths. Doing so, the brain's anxiety control center cuts your risk of chronic stress in half, so you feel more upbeat. The UCLA scientists say, what's more, a study in psychological research found that regularly inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6 lowers your blood pressure by up to 10 points in 8 weeks, helping your heart beat easier. Savor like Inna. Now, if you love chocolate as much as Innergarten, great news. It spurs the release of antidepressant hormone serotonin, boosting your mood for up to 2 hours, says Joseph Maroon, MD, author of the Square One Plus. Italian scientists say enjoying 2 ounces of dark chocolate daily cuts your heart risk disease by up to 50%. I love dark chocolate. Cocoa's antioxidants prevent artery clogging, plaque buildup. Channel Denise. On a walk, pull back your shoulders, lift your chin, and swing your arms like Denise Austin. Canadian scientists say that great posture and a peppy stride boost the production of mood-lifting, heart-strengthening hormone, dopamine, by 65%, helping you feel calmer and happier in 60 seconds. Cue up Loretta Lynn. Listening to oldies but goodies lowers your stress levels by 55% in 5 minutes, Michigan State University scientists say. Plus, the nostalgic feeling of these tunes trigger a release of artery-relaxing oxytocin, cutting your blood pressure by 15 points. Results are on par with dietary changes. Brenda Kearns. Okay, the next article is an urgent health update. These are the MD's best COVID recovery tips. When it comes to COVID, we all could use some good news. So it's great to know that 80% of people recover from the virus at home. Still, no one wants to deal with lingering symptoms. That's why we asked top doctors for their best strategy that enhanced recovery in their patients. Here's a tip. No need to wipe down your grocery store purchases. The FDA now reports there's no credible evidence that food or food packaging is likely to transmit the virus. And they give us a quick nail polish trick. That's right, nail polish. While recovering from COVID, Dr. Duranga recommends a pulse oximeter, which is a PULSE and then oximeter. O-X like xylophone, I-M like Mary, E like egg, T like Tom, E like egg, R like Ralph. It's $10 at most drugstores. Now this monitors blood oxygen levels, and since readings that dip below 90 warrant you to call your physician, and for best monitoring to remove nail polish before clipping the device to your fingertip. According to the Chinese researchers, even clear polish can cause inaccurate readings. Okay, well, to breathe easier, watch TV on your stomach. I used to do that as a kid. Anyway, it's natural to lie back on the couch to relax, but doing so puts extra pressure on the lower air sacs on the lung. Switching to your side or stomach allows you to use your lungs more fully, boosting oxygen levels within 5 minutes, a study in Kirkiaskas found. That's why Teresa Murray, Amaretto, MD, chairwoman of the emergency medicine at Long Island Jewish Forest Hills Hospital, advises sleeping on your side and lying on your belly with a pillow underneath your chest every hour or so daily. And count, then cough. Deep breaths push air into the lungs and open air pockets that may be collapsed, says Raymond Kaskasi, an MD, a pulmonologist at St. Joseph Hospital in California. This helps prevent the mucus buildup and enhances oxygen delivery. Try this. Take a deep breath, hold it for 5 seconds, then release. Repeat a total of 5 times, coughing once as you release the 5th breath, says Dr. Kakasi. We've used this to help with respiratory illnesses for years. To fight the fever, try this OTC duo. To ensure relief, Jacqueline Winnefeld Fincher, MD, president of the American College of Physicians, advises alternating between acetaminophen and NSAIDs. The studies show that it can be more effective at bringing down a high temperature, she says. Plus, it reduces the odds that you'll overdo either drug. Start with the Tylenol, basically, acetaminophen, and then later take an NSAID, spacing your doses as far apart as the labels suggest. And spoon up Jell-O. Fluid loss caused by fever raises the risk of dehydration, which can impair lung function and increase the odds of pneumonia. Dr. Amaretto advises sipping water or sports drinks often and eating fluid-rich foods like Jell-O, applesauce, and popsicles. You'll know you're well hydrated by your urine color, which should be pale yellow rather than dark or even amber, she says. To calm coughing, suck on a lozenge. When dealing with a dry cough that often accompanies by COVID, Dr. Kasi recommends sucking on a mentholated cough drop or sour candies. Their pungent flavors increase saliva productions, which lubricate the throat, he notes. And breathe in steam. Inhaling steam is one of the best things you can do for a cough, says Leslie Mendoza Temple, MD, Medical Director of the North Shore University Health System Integrative Medicine Program in Chicago. It soothes your upper airways to tamp down the nerve response that trigger the cough. She recommends lingering in a hot shower or creating your own steam room by sitting in a bathroom with the shower turned on. To tame tiredness, supercharge your smoothie. When the body is fighting COVID, it breaks down muscles for the extra energy it needs to keep its system going. No wonder folks feel exhausted, but Dr. Sanjay Dogra, MD, a pulmonary critical care specialist, explains getting ample protein helps build and repair muscles so you feel less tired. That's why he advises adding a scoop of protein powder to the virus-fighting berry smoothie daily. And listen to your body. Getting up to move around is important since it benefits the lungs and reduces the risk of blood clots. Dr. Amato says her advice: walk around the house every few hours, a couple of laps if you can. Just be careful not to tire yourself out by trying to do anything too taxing. The author, Melissa Goddard. Okay, this is health news, and we're going to unleash your hidden mental energy. After a hard winter, wouldn't it be nice to shake off that pesky brain fog that's been holding you back? The amazing thing, it's so easy to do once you know how. Pretending you're a famous writer sends creativity soaring. When you're stuck trying to figure out the solution to a problem, imagine you're a genius poet like Maya Angelou or an eccentric inventor like Albert Einstein. Research in the journal PLOS ONE found out that picturing yourself as someone inventive shakes off your brain blocks and hampers creativity. The result? You're significantly more likely to come up with an out-of-the-box idea. Heightening your focus by buddying up. One way to ensure that you get outside for the afternoon stroll, enlist a friend to walk with. Whether you're sharing the same path or checking in over the phone, Stanford scientists found that when people knew what they were doing the same task, even if they weren't physically together, they experienced less quote-unquote brain drain. And they plugged away at the challenges up to 64% longer than those going it solo. Researchers say that feeling like a part of a team working together, a common goal, spurs your motivation and it heightens your attention. Or you could sip lemonade. Researchers in Singapore found that simply stepping away from a task for 10 minutes, whether to sip lemonade or water your plants, speeds the result of the focus-enhancing dopamine for a mental pick-me-up. Stay sunny by visiting a dog park. With the weather finally warming up, take advantage of the beautiful spring days to head up to a local dog park or nature preserves. Japanese scientists say that watching adorable animals play lights up the reward center of your brain, so you feel more joyful in seconds. What's more, it shifts your attention away from the worries and onto the happy details in front of you, like the pup playfully wrestle, which is guaranteed to make you grin. Or dip into peanut butter. Yum! Spreading peanut butter on apple slices or a warm toast delivers enzymes that help your body churn out mood-boosting serotonin. Now, the Stanford researchers report this helps shake off the lingering winter blah feeling in about 20 minutes. The bonus is healthy fats in the nut butter reduces the mood-sapping blood sugar swing by 40%, so you stay upbeat all day. Foster hope by sending a card. Popping a thinking of you card in the mail to your sister or sending someone an encouraging text to your friend not only brightens her day, it makes you feel sunnier too. Psychologist Dr. Keltner, PhD of the University of California, Berkeley, says that when we send positive thoughts to others, it activates the parts of our mind that produces feel-good brain chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. The payoff? You feel as uplifted as if you received the well wishes yourself. Or remember a win. Recalling a time something went exactly your way you wished it would increases the feelings of joy and hope, according to researchers reporting in the Journal of Positive Psychology. Boost productivity by cracking a window. Next time you're struggling to concentrate, let in that fresh spring breeze. Researchers at the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in New York found that folks who listened to nature sounds were noticeably more productive than those who sat in silence. The balance between pattern sounds like a constant breeze and the stray sounds like a bird song is a combo proven to boost your brain power. Or you can make a wish. Try this. Inhale through your nose, then exhale through your mouth as if you're blowing on a dandelion. Canadian scientists say up to 2 minutes of deep breathing ups your productivity by as much as 65%. Sharpen your recall by doodling daisies. Now here's a fun trick to hold on to a vivid memory of planting a garden with your grandkids. Doodle what you did. Like drawing a flower or watering a can, Canadian scientists say sketching helps you recall twice as many details later on than if you hadn't picked up a pen. Because drawing requires both visual and motor skills, it locks in information in 2 ways so it sticks. Or look left, then right, then left. Moving your eyes from side to side for 30 seconds improve your recall for up to 42% for 1 hour. UK scientists say it boosts communication between the brain cells to help jog your memory. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to keep going. The next article I marked were wise words, and they're from Grammy winner, singer, actress, businesswoman, grandmother of 10, Tamala Mann. And she says you can get through anything. Known for her powerful voice and sparkling spirit, Grammy Award-winning gospel singer, actress, businesswoman, and grandmother of 10, Tamala Mann, has always been a woman who can handle it all. But in 2019, as she struggled with her weight and debilitating pain, life as she knew it changed her forever. Here she shares how her faith, family, and self-love empowered her to face every obstacle and become a quote-unquote overcomer. The article by Deborah Evans Price. It says on here, let's read first the little yellow box before we read the article and all of her suggestions. Don't miss Tamela's new single. Tamela has been busy writing songs for her 6th album, Overcomer, due to go on sale this summer, but her new single, Help Me, has a special place in her heart. So many people need help right now, Tamela says, so I co-wrote this song as a reminder to myself and others to let the Lord be our source and to encourage people to hold on. Help is coming and brighter days are ahead. Hear it now on iTunes. Do you remember when Tamela and David Mann presented the NAACP Image Awards in 2009? Let's read the article and then we'll read her suggestions. Like most women, Tamela Mann juggles many roles in her life. From her start as a singer with the gospel group Kirk Franklin and Family to the wife, mother, grandmother of 10, actress of an entrepreneur she is today, she stays busy keeping every ball in the air. But in 2019, a health challenge threatened to knock her off her feet. I was suffering with terrible pain in both knees, Tamela shares with Woman's World. It was a struggle to even take my grandkids to the water park. At that point, the Texas native knew she needed a change. Embarking on a journey to lose weight and undergo a double knee replacement, I knew it would be hard. Tamela says, I started my weight loss program 2 months before I had both knees done. I asked for God to help me overcome. Though the road to healing was long, overcome, Tamela did. In fact, today she has lost over 100 pounds total, and she's with her knees mended. She's excited for all of her upcoming endeavors, which include 2 movies with her husband David, their TV show Assisted Living, a digital series, Man Family Diner, her athleisure line, the Tamela Mann Collection, and her new album, aptly named Overcomer. What keeps this 54-year-old dynamo firing on all cylinders? My strength comes from my incredible support system, she says. Family and faith are everything. Here are Tamela's tips for finding your inner peace, knowing your worth, and staying healthy, no matter what obstacles life throws in your way. Pray your way to inner peace. When I'm feeling down, I sometimes have to steal away to find my joy again, Tamela shares. I'll go into my closet, which I redecorated, and I just sit there to talk to the Lord. I'll say a prayer like, Lord, be with me. Give me what to say. How do I deal with the pressure that I'm feeling? I have to go before the throne when life gets overwhelming, and I call on God, even my closest, in my closet or even in my car. That's my quote-unquote me time, and it lifts me up. Tamela finds rest and relaxation with her poodle and pup, Prince. Oh, sorry, I missed step number 2. It's over here. Well, this is quite confusing. They got the numbers all over the place. Okay, well, we'll go to step number 2. Keep connected with your girlfriends. Staying in touch with my girlfriends is so important, Tamela says. Even though we might not be able to physically touch each other often, we keep that connection going. We always need to talk or call or pray for each other. We all are in the group of chat together. Of course, when we're together, we'll go grab a bite to eat or do the nails, go shopping, but whatever we're doing, we just keep that connection going. That's the best thing. Number 3. Tamela is second from the left and has taught her daughters the life-changing power of self-love. Love yourself first. The secret to self-confidence, as I tell my daughters, start with you. Tamela says you have to love yourself regardless of what is going on around you. Love and take care of you. That's what you have to do to take care of your family. A lot of times I have to look in the mirror, especially when it comes to my body, and say, Tam, you can overcome. You can achieve. You can thrive and be whatever you want to be. And it's never too late. If you are reading this, you still have time. Now we can go over here with the furry pup. Relax with furry friends. My pets are the key to relaxation, shares Tamela, an avid animal lover. I have a poodle Prince and a big dog named Duke who's an Akita, and we have ducks. Just watching them escape, I'll go out to the pond where they are and pray and try to think about nothing else. It's just a great way to reset and unwind. Number 2 is up there. We missed it. Jumpstart joy with a creative hobby. I love to decorate, Tamela enthuses. I'll take a trip to Home Goods and find a comforter and base the whole theme to the room off of it. It gives me joy because I can let my mind go and be free. I also like to sketch. I've been doing it for years. I'll sketch my outfits or ideas for an event, and I'll see something that inspires me and just let my mind get creative as the joyful way to express myself. And the final step? Find true strength with faith and hope. I get my strength from faith, Tamela says, and that's what helped me survive everything in my life. When I'm weak, the Lord makes me strong. The best advice that anybody has ever given me is my mother, when she told me to love the Lord with my whole heart, and the Lord will take me far. I live by that, and with Him, there's nothing that I can't face. Okay. We still have a lot of pages to go. I can't believe this. This is how good this magazine is and why you must pick it up when you see it. Ask America's ultimate experts. Help me be heard. We've had all the experience of being ignored. Here, experts share ways to help you speak in a way that ensures others will listen. Our expert panel today is Deborah H. Grunfeld, Ph.D., author of Acting with Power, is the Joseph McDonald Chaired Professor at the Stanford Graduate School of Business. Eliza Van Court, author of A Woman's Guide to Claiming Space, is a speaker and writer of women's empowerment and a Cookhouse Fellow at Cornell University. And Louis P. Frankel, Ph.D., of co-author of Nice Girls Just Don't Get It. It's an international recognized expert in the field of leadership developed for women. Getting it out. Stop interruptions. Being interrupted is a common challenge for women, confirms social psychologist Deborah H. Grunfeld, Ph.D., who suggests that nonverbal signaling, stop, I'm still speaking, by raising your finger, moving your hand swiftly away from your body is dominant. Just do it matter-of-factly, as if to say, I'm almost finished. You can also say it aloud, which is respectful, but indicates you're not ready to cede the floor. Start with assertion. Research shows that women have to pack more information into the same amount of time as men just to be heard, says expert Eliza Van Court, but we disempower ourselves when we rush. Instead of a speedy monologue, think of it as a back-and-forth game of ping-pong. Say you're making the point that red pens are better than blue ones. Rather than say red helps us focus because X, start with, I think we should use red pens. Then follow up with, I have research, and if you'd like to hear it, this lets you reveal each point at your own pace. Halt mansplaining. Men verbally, quote-unquote, hijack women in 3 ways. Bro-parading, man-terruption, and mansplaining, says expert Lois P. Frankel, Ph.D. Bro-parading is a play on appropriating, is when he takes your idea and makes it his own. Just let him know, thanks for expanding on my idea. It made me realize there's something I want to add. When it comes to man interruptions, simply say, hang on, I wasn't finished. As soon as I am, I'll toss it back to you. As for mansplaining, well, I like to say that I'm sure you don't realize that X is one of my strengths. Always assert your best self. Connecting. Turn up the volume. Say you're trying to get folks on board with a new idea. Start a bit louder than you normally would, urges Van Court. It conveys authority and allows you to get quieter to puncture points that you want others to remember. When you lower your voice, people feel like you're talking just to them and they listen more intently, she says. Also smart, strategic silence. Instead of using filler words, but, it's empowering to pause once in a while. Grunfeld agrees. Owning the silence gives your audience a moment to catch up with you, to absorb what you're saying. Amplify your allies. Being a cheerleader for women's voices not only helps make you a connection, it also lifts you up. After a female coworker talks, you may say, "That's a great idea," or "I think X is onto something." Having your voice heard often about cultivating relationships because we listen to people we like, says Frankel, adds Grunfield. When people feel heard by you, they are more likely to want to return the favor. Practice with pals. Whenever you're integrating new techniques like these, you don't know what you don't know, says Van Court, so practice in front of a mirror or in low-stakes situation with friends. Most important, just know that none of these tactics means that you're aggressive. You're simply asking for what the other of the half population takes for granted, to have your voice heard and your ideas respected. That's a good article. Okay. Here we go with, your organized home. Easy on you gardening tricks. Ah, spring. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and your garden is beckoning. Our clever tips will ensure puttering in your patch of green is even more relaxing and pain-free. Prevent knee pain with a pool noodle pad. Crouching down to plant and weed can make joints cranky. Instead of shelling out for a fancy kneeling pad, grab a few pool noodles. They're a great way to cushion your knees, says avid gardener and physiotherapist Lila McSorley, owner of the Brentwood Physio in Canada. Just cut 3 sections from the pool noodle, wide enough for your knees to rest on, and then bind them together with a rubber band so they look like a mini log raft, or a cushion. The foam provides enough support to last all season. Make digging easy with cooking spray. Now, I like this one. You know the perfect spot for your vegetable garden, and you also know as soon as you start digging, the soil will cling to your tools, while making them that hard to lift off or even clean. To the rescue, a can of cooking spray. Just give the metal blades, like your shovel and your trowels, a quick spritz before you start digging. The spray will form a slippery seal over the surface, and it causes the dirt to slide right off, so you can dig in easily. I like that because I have morning glory seeds that I want to plant, and that's going to help me. Light and heavy pots with packing peanuts. Your container garden is pride of your patio, but lifting the heavy pots is a pain in your back. The solution? Fill the bottom third of your container with packing peanuts. Not only does this make it easier for you to move the pots, it also creates extra drainage, preventing root rot, says Joe Cosgrove, the owner of Native by Nature Design and Horticulture. Just cover the top of the styrofoam layer with a little bit of landscaping fabric. Then fill the rest with all the way dirt and plant as usual. Now, I like this one. Banish aches with a sponge grip. You love gardening on a pretty day. If it only didn't hurt your hands doing so much after using the tools. To starve off soreness, just use a rubber band to secure a sponge around the handle of the spades and trowels. This both stops the friction that leads to the blisters and provides wider grips that are much easier on your hand and wrist joints, explains physical therapist Jocelyn Wallace, the PTDBT. That means significantly fewer aches and pains from digging and pruning. Weed without strain, with spring timing. Now, waiting until the soil is a bit wet after a light rain can make weeding a breeze. Everything relaxes in a damp garden, says Cosgrove. The soil loosens and the roots will let go more easily when you pull them. It's also the ideal time for transplanting. When roots lift out of the ground more easily, they remain intact, and that will quickly spread out to reestablish the plant in its new home. Sorry. Okay. Making good time. Oh, we got the cute little cartoon here. It said there's 2 mice looking at a piece of cheese in a mouse trap a little bit of farther distance from their mouse hole. It says, it's not even artisanal. I don't know what that is, but it's spelled A-R-T-I, S as in Sam, A-N as in Nancy, A-L. So that's kind of cute, I thought. Oh, I'm going to down that bottle of water before we're done. Okay. I love butterflies, but I'm probably going to cry during this too. So that's why I've got my tissues handy. This is my guardian angel. Readers share their stories of divine intervention. Love from heaven. Woman's World reader Jane Kearney is comforted by the beautiful messengers her mom sends to her to let her know she will always be with her, she writes. On a July day in 2011, my siblings and I stood together at our mother's gravesite. As the priest spoke, suddenly a butterfly appeared at eye level, seemingly saying, "Look at me, do you understand?" The butterfly then went to my sisters, fluttering at eye level, then went down the line to my other siblings. After the services, we talked about what had happened, and they all agreed that Mom had sent the butterfly to let us know that she loved us and would always be with us. After retiring, I turned my jewelry making hobby into an e-commerce business. My family and friends were also recipients of my creations. When it was time for my two grandnieces to receive something, I decided to make bracelets. Each selected their favorite colors were pink and teal. I enjoyed listening to music on the radio while I worked, which helped my creativity. As I looked through my collection, I found 7 teal-colored glass butterflies, which I selected as focal beads. As I placed the little butterflies into 2 patterns as I laid out, "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" by Israel Kabako played. Sitting in my bead room as the song ended, I called my brother to report yet another butterfly story. I told him about the bracelets I was making for his granddaughters, but the glass butterflies and the song that came on the radio. He excitedly started to repeat the story to my sister-in-law when her phone rang. I could hear her on the phone in the background going on and on about how unbelievable something was. When she hung up, my sister-in-law sent me pictures. The pictures I received were of my oldest grandniece playing in the yard with 2 yellow-tailed butterflies fluttering around her right at the same time that I was making the bracelet for her. We knew right away that the butterflies were Mom and Papa, and by the end of the day, phone calls and pictures were shared with the family, and another butterfly story was added to our angel legacy. The angel expert, Kyle Gray, says, "Butterflies are a powerful angel symbol of freedom and transformation. When they arrive, it's a loved one sending you an auspicious message to let you know they're no longer in pain or facing the challenges that they had in earthly realm. Ultimately, a butterfly is a symbol that says, I have made it to heaven. And even though my physical body is sleeping, my spiritual body is very much present alive with God." Here's an instant awe. Take a moment to leave your worries, and behind you lose yourself in the loveliness of this quote and picture. They show a little girl standing out in the rain. She's got a rain hat on that's red. She's got a yellow raincoat, and she's holding a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers like lilies and Garber daisies. And it says, "The true nature of the human heart is as whimsical as the spring weather." Maya Angelou. Okay, we're about done, folks. I can't believe it, but we are getting there. Here's a moment for you. Your needs also need tending too. There's someone special you may have been putting last. You. But you matter too. Your well-being counts, and when you give yourself permission to put on hold that to-do list to nurture your spirit and to follow your heart and your dreams, you have more to give to everyone, and life that becomes much sweeter. Oh, goodness. We can do this. We can do this, folks. Here's a 5-minute romance. And you know me, I like to read my romances. The sweetest love story. After inheriting a candy shop, Evelyn can't see how she can afford to keep it, until handsome Tom opens her eyes to all the sweet possibilities. Whew. You're really selling it, Evelyn? I studied the vintage window display, that faded mint facade of the building in need of a refresh. I didn't have cash for the project this big. It was simple, sad fact. 6 months ago, I'd been bequeathed an old sweet shop after my grandma's sister Tracy had left it to her. Only living relative was me. I never met her, though. Nana had told me she was very kind, unmarried and childless. She spent her entire life at the shop. We were similar there. A week shy of 36, I had no family of my own either, and no prospects. Emma, Tracy's lawyer and my tour guide, cleared her throat, shaking me from my reverie. "Are you really going to sell it? What's the alternative? It's too much for a..." "Oh, what's the alternative?" I twisted the ancient key in the door. "It's too much for a broke artist to maintain. Just look at it." The door cried on the hinges as I pushed into dimly lit shop where a thick layer of dust seemed to swallow the bell's ding. The counter held a vintage till with shelves of heavy glass jars. It was gorgeous, a portrait of bygone era. But from the looks of the faded wallpaper, cracked ceiling, time had not been kind to the little shop. "When did she close it?" I asked Emma. 10 months ago, she whispered. "But it's been here for ages. I remember coming as a kid, best part of my week." My heart swelled at the fond sentiment. My great aunt had made something unique here, a memory none of us would forget. It was the kind of mark I hoped to leave. But what about the money? I fretted. My mind went spinning. I didn't hear the ding of the bell announce a newcomer. I missed his firm steps on the floor behind me. I couldn't miss the rich sound of his voice, though. "Is it true?" I heard just behind me, "Tracy is gone?" Heart hammering, I whirled to find the stranger before me in jeans and a tee. He cut a breathtaking figure, his brown eyes pinning me in my place as I tried, unsuccessfully, to stop myself from gaping at him. "I'm sorry, I didn't know anyone else was here," I choked, blushing as he smiled. He stepped closer, extending his hand. "Sorry, I'm Tom," he said sheepishly. "Evelyn," I said, my voice barely a whisper as we shook hands to beat too long. "Beautiful name," he said, releasing me gently as he made his way into the shop. My eyes followed him as he turned his face to me. "I'll make my pitch then, Evelyn. This shop is a hidden gem, and I think with some work we could get it running again." I was being drawn to him, the enthusiasm in his voice sparkling something in me. "We? I wouldn't know where to. There's a roof that needs fixing in the wall." "There's always hope," he interrupted softly. "There are no places like this any more, and you're really going to sell it?" It was the third time I heard that question. Wait, when you said we, what did you mean?" "He means he can help," Emma's voice sounded. "He's a contractor, a good one." Embarrassed by the notation of her asking for help from a stranger, I shook my head. Emma continued, "Tom loves this place as much as I do. In fact, he used to walk with me here every week when I was little." Tom winked at me. "Until going around with your big brother got embarrassing." Ah, this was the brother Emma had been talking about since I arrived. Sensing a setup, I narrowed my eyes as she battered hers back at me innocently. "This is a great town," Tom continued. "When I saw you here the other day, I sensed that you got the same kind of wonderful as your aunt, from the warmth in your smile to your beautiful blue eyes." He blushed, smiling at me like we'd known each other for years. "What I mean is, I would be happy to help you do anything here. No charge, everything. Just tell me what will make you stay." I gazed at him as the shop enchanted air propelled me toward certainty. I reached out and a warm tingle shot up my spine as our hands met once more. I suddenly felt like I knew where I was needed to be. Let's get to work. Amy Olivia. Don't miss Amy's latest novel, Unabashedly Yours, about rebel legal assistant Rena and the by-the-book lawyer who steals her heart, at Amazon.com. Okay. I told you I'd probably finish that bottle of water by the time we get this done. It's looking that way. Okay, your horoscope for the week of Sunday, April 18th to Saturday, April 24th by Marissa Brown. Oh, goodness. If you're a Taurus, now that's April 20th through May 20th. Explore your spirituality on the 18th. You're diving into a new book or mind-body skill proves exciting. Then a surge of confidence makes getting ahead on goals easy on the 19th. Get clear on what you want. You're going to soar. Your lucky days, April 19th, 22nd, and 23rd. Your lucky numbers, 1, 6, and 12. Now, if you're a Gemini, oh goodness, sorry kids. That's May 21st through June 20th. You're going to feel empowered to work with co-workers on a project on the 20th. You have a vision to get that ball rolling. From the 22nd on, you're going to be more reserved than usual, prioritizing self-care benefits in your heart and your mind. Your lucky days, April 18th, 21st, and 24th. Your lucky numbers, 5, 11, and 21. Now, if you're a Cancer, that's June 21st through July 22nd. Now, on the 19th, carve out time to explore your emotions for a positive release. Around the 23rd, you're going to be fired up to defend your position on issues close to your heart. Channeling this energy, activities you can love makes you feel enlivened. Now your lucky days will be April 18th, 19th, and the 23rd. Your lucky numbers are going to be 2, 9, and 18. Wow, that's some lucky numbers there. Okay, moving forward. Leo. We always love those Leos because I was born August 3rd. July 23rd through August 22nd, recognition from respected co-workers arrives in spades on the 23rd. Taking on more responsibility helps you shine. Then you'll be drawn into solo projects from the 24th on. Tuning into your needs serves you best now. Your lucky days will be April 18th, 21st, and 24th. Your lucky numbers will be 1, 10, and 12. If you're a Virgo, August 23rd through September 22nd, explore new ways to hone in your skill set around the 19th. Future travel or education could be satisfying. Then on the 21st, join with others to complete a project you've been working on. Collaboration sets the stage for success. Your lucky days, April 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Your lucky numbers, 6, 9, and 11. If you're a Libra, September 23rd through October 22nd. Have the heart-to-heart you've been thinking of with loved ones on the 20th. Making your needs known bolsters your bonds. Come the 22nd, being direct while expressing your goals sets you up for success. Go for it. Your lucky days, April 18th, 21st, and 24th. Your lucky numbers, 7, 8, and 10. You're a Scorpio if you're in October 23rd through November 21st. On the 18th, research an ongoing wellness concern. Your focus can help you heal. On the 21st, think about an eye-opening experience that you've daydreamed about. Now is the time to turn it into a reality. Your lucky days, April 18th, 19th, 23rd. Your lucky numbers, 6, 9, and 15. If you're a Sagittarius, that's November 22nd through December 21st. A burst of confidence helps you get on top of your to-dos from the 19th on. You're going to be feeling more centered as a result. On the 22nd, open up to a loved one to make future social plans that can bolster your optimism. Dive right in. Your lucky days, April 21st, 22nd, 24th. Your lucky numbers, 3, 15, and 18. If you're a Capricorn, December 22nd through January 19th. You're going to be feeling creative from the 23rd on. Take advantage by expressing what's in your heart. And on the 24th on, work one-on-one with a friend towards a shared goal. It'll have you feeling both like you're on your way to a win. Your lucky days, April 19th, 23rd, 24th. Your lucky numbers, 5, 7, and 14. Aquarius, that's January 20th through February 18th. Take all that can-do energy that you have on the 20th and use it to tackle important tasks. You'll feel like an extra productive and fulfilled, and on the 21st, you're going to have a conversation with a loved one that's going to lead you down a heartfelt new path. Enjoy. Your lucky days, April 18th, 21st, and 24th. Your lucky numbers, 4, 7, and 16. If you're a Pisces, February 19th through March 20th, your calendar may be packed with to-dos from the 19th on. Just be sure to find time for self-care, as you deserve that as well. From the 23rd on, you'll have an extra energy to follow your artistic impulses. Trust your gut. Your lucky days, April 18th, 19th, 23rd. Your lucky numbers, 3, 5, and 12. If you're an Aries, March 21st through April 19th. Move the ball forward on money-making project on the 22nd. Researching and talking through your options help you craft a winning game plan. And on the 24th, spend more time on home projects with extra gratification. Your lucky days, April 18th, 21st, 23rd, and your lucky numbers 2, 4, and 11. Okay. You deserve good things. Today brings so many gifts. Even on the cloudiest days, each sunrise delivers a fresh start, totally free and right to your doorstep. That means you've got a whole new set of possibilities to explore, choices to make, and chances to take. So how will you spend your gift? Today is your day. Everyday heroes. Proof it only takes a little kindness to make a difference. God put us together that day for a reason. Well, it was just so happenstance that 3 nurses who never met were waiting together in the service department of the Toyota dealership. Not according to Lisa Perry. For her, it was a life-saving blessing. They show a picture of a lady in a wheelchair with 3 people behind her. It says, "They saved my life," says Lisa, and from who's in the front, and from the left is Michaela, Shannon, and Cindy. "Can I get an oil change?" 53-year-old Lisa Perry asked the service rep at Spring Hill Toyota in Mobile, Alabama last October 13th. "My sister and I are taking a road trip, so can you just check the belts and tires?" "Sure," the rep said, and with that her car being worked on, Lisa got herself a cup of coffee and took a seat in the waiting area. Moments later, Shannon Lambert, who was also waiting for her car to be serviced, heard Lisa softly snoring. Poor dear, she must be tired, Shannon thought, but then snores turned into an ominous gasping, and looking over, Shannon saw Lisa had dropped her cup and didn't react when the hot coffee had spilled in her lap. Shannon sprang to her feet, and the New Orleans psychiatric nurse had driven to Mobile on an errand and passing by the Toyota dealership had decided to get an oil change on a whim. Hurrying over, Shannon saw the stranger wasn't breathing and she could not find a pulse. "Somebody call 911, Shannon shouted. Cindy Hubbard was across the room waiting for her new tires when she heard Shannon's cry. She raced over, still dressed in her scrubs from a 12-hour shift at a local hospital. As the two women eased Lisa to the floor, another pair of hands appeared and a third stranger began compressions. Michaela Reed, who also happened to be a nurse, had left the dealership an hour before but had returned to collect a refund on an overcharge when she heard the commotion. As onlookers prayed aloud, the three women took turns doing chest compressions. "It's not working," Cindy groaned. "Is there any portable defibrillator?" she called out. "In the far showroom," General Manager Mike Riccardi announced and dashed off to fetch it. Michaela had never used an automated external defibrillator, but the instructions were clear. "Step back," she told the others, and after applying the adhesive pads, she pressed the buttons, sending a shock to Lisa's heart to try and restore the rhythm. It didn't work. The women continued CPR and administered 2 more shocks and 2 more compressions, but Lisa's pulse was still not steady, and the EMTs arrived. "Please, God, let her make it," Shannon, Cindy, and Michaela prayed as Lisa was taken away in an ambulance. At the hospital, doctors determined the main artery nourishing Lisa's heart was 80% blocked, causing a massive heart attack. After spending 6 weeks in an induced coma to gain strength, the grandmother of 10 had stents implanted in her heart. Once recovering, Lisa was stunned to learn what had happened. "I have to thank those women. They saved my life," she told her family. Toyota's staff happily arranged a reunion at the dealership. There were hugs and happy tears all around. "God put us together that day for a reason," the nurses insisted. "They were a gift from God," Lisa agrees. "Thanks to them, I got to watch my grandkids grow up." That's wonderful. Okay. Love and laughter. Thank God we made it to the end of this book. We have a future all-star on our hands. That's right. A 1-year-old named Brady, submitted by Mother Tara Thomasco from Pennsylvania. He's in front of a little baseball setup, and he's got a Rookie of the Year t-shirt on, some Cracker Jacks in the dugout, number 1 in the dugout, some popcorn, baseballs, and some glove. It's just adorable. Great picture. They have a little girl standing in front of 2 horses. Says just horsing around. She's 3 years old. Precious. Maria, submitted by grandmother Donna Walls from New York. We have a cartoon here. It's got 2 people. They're both in their scrubs, it looks like, standing in front of maybe a refrigerator with a list. It says, "I can do 1, 3, 5, and 7, and 9 of the things on this list that you gave me. I only do odd jobs." They have a fortune teller with a dog sitting at a table with a glass ball in between them. "You will never catch your tail, but the selfie you take chasing your tail will go viral." They have a tutu cute. A 1-year-old named Nova, submitted by great-grandmother Elaine Morris from Alabama. She's got a 1 on her t-shirt, so she must have just turned 1. A little red ribbon and a red tutu. It's adorable. Here's the quote. "Love is not what the mind thinks, but what the heart feels." Greg Evans. We have Queen of the Jungle, submitted by Lori Ertz from California. It's a little kitten in a planter, and the green leaves and the green kitten's eyes, and she's a gray cat, really stands out. Great picture. They have a handsome 2-year-old named Jackson. He says, "I pick you." And there's a little toy truck in his hand. He's pointing at the camera. and it's submitted by Grandmother Teresa Cloud of Georgia. And that takes care of April 19th, 2021 Women's World Magazine. Thank you. Good Lord in heaven. Great articles, great magazine. You want to pick this up. Now, for my good night, like I always do. But, you know what? I don't think we're going to do a good night just yet. I counted the videos. I count 3 videos. So, technically, we've got to do another video. Stay tuned.